So please tell me who you are, what do you do, and why do you do it? What's your passion in life?
My name's Leo Downey, and I think I've followed beauty all my life. That's what I've done. It took me a long time to figure out that's what I was doing, but since I've been a kid, I've followed beauty. And it was music at first, the guitar, the moods of Big Sur and Monterey and Carmel where I was born, and Iceland and Singapore where I grew up. And those moods, ever since I was a kid, they'd bring me to tears. And that slowly changed when I moved to Santa Barbara, California when I was 14, and a little while later I began to go into the desert mountains, coastal mountains of California, alone. Since I was a kid, I wanted to live like an Indian. That's how I thought of it then, you know. And that changed my whole life. From the first time I went alone for 3 days, I never knew what a vision quest was or anything, but that's what I did. And miracles happened. And the native people said a man that doesn't live his vision is a walking dead man. And I had a vision. A vision is a miracle. It wasn't that visual. I thought of it that way in the beginning, but it was a miracle, and it changes reality. And then I let somebody talk me out of it. And I became a walking dead man for a few years, and that's part of my book. My book is Soul Tracker, Following Beauty. In the wilderness, everything was alive. And everything beautiful was alive. And I was alone, and there was no comparing. I was happier than I've ever been, and I had nothing. And I wanted to live like the native people lived there before, so I was eating rattlesnakes and whatever I could gather, and that became a big part of my life, was to be able to feed myself. Everything, all the animals that came to me, everything I was experiencing, the beauty of it, what I saw was that it was alive. And what made it real to me was it was alive. And what makes things true to me is how beautiful they are. That's how I've come to judge an idea or a feeling or anything I believe. And more it's become beings, not ideas, that I follow. And those beings don't point at themselves. And that's why I call it Soul Tracker. Soul tracking is a real thing. It's not just some word that came up because it sounds good. It is a real thing. I started tracking animals, but I was looking for the sacred, what's alive. And the sacred to me is the difference between the tracks and the animal. The same way the sacred is the difference between the earth and the world. And when I say the world, you know, what I mean is on the earth, everything was alive. There was nothing made for man. Everything was in peace and harmony and coming to me and speaking to me and being created with me. And I felt like the first man sometimes. And like 10 times the man too. And then the world, you know, how do I think of the world? When I was writing my book, I remember I kept saying, who am I writing this to? And I think, I'm writing it to the world. And I was like, God, there's so much dumb, bad stuff people are doing. It's so stupid and so horrible. And so there was this bit of frustration with the world. And I live isolated on my buffalo ranch in the Canadian Rockies. I've been there for 16 years. I love it. People come from all over the world, and I don't share just the buffalo, although the buffalo share themselves with people, but I share my life with them. Not just a speech about buffalo. And I don't go into the world very much. I'm on the farm all the time, and I love it. But when I do go into the world, like this week when I met you, I get moved to tears by how much good is in it. And all the love, and all, you know, I came back to Santa Barbara, all my friends welcomed me like I never left. The world is so full of good, and joy, and creativity, and hope, and it's just, you know, you had said we create chaos. And what's the answer? The answer for me, the only answer I've been able to find is that we have to sanctify ourselves. And it's serious. It's not, it takes everything. It's art. It's exactly like art. It's not about you did something wrong and then you're in trouble. It's following beauty no matter what it takes and doing whatever it takes to get your vision. Because it happens, it's real. And that's what I do.